Yeah, well, that's, how many has he actually got then? Oh, right. Yeah. Right then, people. Welcome back. God, it's illegally hot. Oh, lovely. Oh, dear me. So we're getting left out of here. Oh, dear me. Oh. Well, we couldn't have picked a nicer day. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, that's age that does it, you see. Well, that is that, I suppose, yeah. Oh, where that white van's going. Yeah. Eh, dear me. It's warm, people. It's warm. Dear me, lordy. It's warm. 24.5 on the. Did you just burp in my ear then, you manimal? Right, I'm behind you, about 4 cars behind. Well, people, we've had a lovely time out at the bike show. I'm just talking to my people, my fans, my posse. Posse, I said, with a P-O, a posse. Is that what they call it, a posse? I don't know. Oh, mini. Proper mini. Yeah. Got a few minutes of a video of the old bikes out there. Some of the old bikes, though, it's amazing how they keep them going, you know. And we're going straight over this roundabout. Yeah, yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, got some videos of some nice bikes. Some of the old bikes, how they keep them going is unbelievable, you know. Some of those bikes, they were just dripping. No, I'm just waffling to the video people. Well, you can listen if you want, though. Just waffling on to myself, hoping someone's listening and paying attention to me. Because it's 24 degrees now, apparently. But that 24 degrees. On way to yours, when I first arrived, with this being water cooled, fan were kicking on and off. Every so like 4 or 5 minutes in traffic, were just on and off. few bikers coming up behind us. Currently 2:27 in the PM. Yeah, we've got a few bikers behind us. I don't know if they're going to go past or if they're going to be going to Route 59. You're crackling, you've gone. Dearie me, it's warm. Hey? Can you hear me now? Have you gone? You keep coming and going, and it seriously depends if you can hear me, whether there's a hill in way or not. So yeah, people, we're on his way to Route 59. Armix in front. Yeah, well, I'm doing 53, 54 anyway. So Armix was just saying to me that sometimes there's police bikes and stuff around here hidden in bushes. So if you do come along the A59 over Skipton way, just keep an eye out for them, because they do lurk. Route 59 is on this road. It's on the right hand side and about another mile or so. I don't think it's even that far actually. Look at the views, unbelievable. Oh, it's lovely. Weather, warm. Oh, good God, well, that sneeze or a cough a minute ago. Yeah, well, I was just thinking that, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a chore pulling this round when you have to turn it round. Yeah, well, I done that where we've just parked them at that show because it were on a slight slope, you know. Then I thought, well, it's on the camber as well, so I thought, well, I'll put it on the side stand on camber. I thought, well, it's going to be interesting getting off at the side stand, and it wasn't too bad. When you have a bike for a while, even if it's a bit top heavy, you develop like a little technique to cope with it, you know what I mean? You know, you'll do it with that you've got, you know, you get into your own little technique and routine of how to do it, you know. Oh, what are you? Yeah. Yeah, they'll all be going there and then coming here after, you know. Yeah. Oh, dear me. Well, people, we're at Route 59. Oh! And if you can see up there, there's a tractor pulling the trailer on with people in. Giving little rides out for kids. Ah, lovely. Oh, Triumph 850 Sport. Is yours? Yeah. Right, people, we're going to have a brew. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Right then, people. We're heading back home. We're just leaving Route 59 Motorbike Cafe over on the A59 just outside Skipton and Ilkley and stuff. So excuse me. So I'm gonna make his way home because we're going out tonight for a birthday meal for our Charlie. With it being a 21st. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. It's warm. 23.5 still, apparently. Oh dear. Oh, it's warm. Put that windscreen up a little bit. Put the windscreen up a little bit. Oh dear. So we've had a fantastic day out, me and our kid, Mick, over at Route 59. We called him for a brew on the way back from the main show we went to. Yeah, we had a little it was at a cattle market over Skipton way. And there were some fantastic bikes there. I did a video of it for 5-10 minutes, whichever, and some proper old bikes that were leaking oils and dripping fluids and so on and so on. But yeah, I mean it's, for what they are, the age and stuff, I think it's amazing how they keep them going on the road. I mean, they must just tinker with them all the time, you know, constantly tinkering with them. But it's fantastic that they keep them on the road instead of just letting them go away and be a barn find, you know, covered in cobwebs, dust and muck, and not run for years. And I mean, it's probably a chore keeping them going, like, but it's worth it. You know, the guys, you know, if you're a genuine biker and you love bikes, it's not an inconvenience, it's a hobby. You know, it is a hobby. The lovely bikes. There are one or two that I've never heard of. Plenty of Harleys knocking about. But I think the Harley R-Mixon, it's a lovely bit of kit. But he's on about putting them both in and getting one bike and having done with it. Getting something like I've got, you know, the Triumph. He wants to Triumph 800, Triumph, not 800, sorry, he wants to Triumph 900 Tiger. Loves them. Very nice bits of kit. And I think with his leg and his elbows and pins and stuff he's got, I think it's going to be the best thing for him to be upright and stuff. I mean, he's in a comfortable position on the Harley, don't get me wrong, but it's a big heavy thing, you know. It is a big heavy thing to be lugging about. Oh, got a phone call. I'll leave you for now. Right then, people, sorry about that. Mrs. round the bike and made a call to me, asking how long we're going to be before I'm home. Said I've set off about 5 minutes ago from Route 59, so we're probably looking at 40-45 minutes until I'm actually home, so not so bad. There you go, that cuts a lot of noise now. Oh man, it's so warm, 23 degrees. I need to get home because apparently we're picking Roy up at 5 and I'm not going to get home till 25 past 4 and it's half an hour over to Roy's. I'm going to be pushing it. I'm going to be pushing it to get home. Best part of an hour, 50 minutes, isn't it? You know, we had a pot of tea and a caramel slice at Route 59 and the tea were nice, but that caramel slice, I knew I shouldn't have had it. So it's years since I've had one. I think last time I had one it made me feel gooey because they're so rich. And I think it's done the same again. Shouldn't have had a caramel slice. Lovely little reservoir there. Don't know what it's called, but it's a reservoir. You know, they all have names, don't they? Like Bingley Reservoir or whatever it's called. But don't know what that one's called. But it's looking quite full, so that's good. Because I'm sure there were a thing on TV saying about reservoirs, waters are running low. Anyway, yeah, it's been a good day. I'll be aching tomorrow. Welcome to Addingham. If I remember rightly, I don't actually go through Addingham. I go sort of on a bypass round it. If I remember rightly. This ride out today is really made me mind up about this 6th gear doing. It would have made such a difference for these long stretches. It really would make such a difference. But look, it's getting done now. Just can't wait. I think I'm definitely going to get the 6th gear done and definitely mention about the 2nd gear. And then I know that it's done, you know. Oh, still windy with that down. Put that back up. Oh, that stinks. That's very, very countryside smell. Kia Sportage. Oh dear. What a day. What a day. Lovely, lovely day. Got an itchy conk. I think I'll get the gearbox done, and then I think as a ride out, when I know there's going to be plenty of 6th gear driving, I'll get out to Scarborough for a ride out. I think just somewhere to give it a run, you know. I think somewhere just to give it a nice run out. Because when I got the bike, I only had it. I only had it. I only had it 6 months, 5 months before the gearbox broke. And I've basically had it with 5 gears since only 5-6 months after getting it. You know, and I genuinely do love the bike, and I've put a lot of money into it with the nuts and bolts and stuff, and getting the sat nav mount and getting how I want it. You know, new drive shaft in there. I don't know if I can't remember if I told you actually, I put a brand new drive shaft in it. Well, not brand new, but a new one. Because all the seals on the other joints were leaking like mad. It was sprayed everywhere in the single swing arm and stuff. Anyway, where all the grease had come out the joints, so, and there was sort of a little bit of play in them. So I got a used one out of a newer bike, and the joints, the knuckle joints are solid, you know, smooth, no movement, nothing. So I mean, I won't feel the difference, but obviously it will make a difference. But you know, I've put a lot of money into it, and it's going to be another bucket load of money to get the 6 gear done, and with the sat nav mounts and so on and so on, and the shockers that I've replaced, and you know, so I've put a few quid in it, and you know, I just want it to be right. And I think to only have it 5-6 months and then the gearbox dying on me like it did on the 6th gear, it was really disheartening. And I've done the clutch as well, done the wheel bearings, I've done all the suspension bearings, needle bearings in the swing arm at the back and on the bottom of the rear shocker. So I've done a lot to it over the last sort of 12 months or so to get it up to spec and as I want it to be. So getting the gearbox done with the final touches. You know, I mean, I think when I took it for the MOT in last November, the guy said, you know, we've had new bikes that aren't in as good a condition as that, because they just get used and abused, don't they, when they're new, I think. And he says, and from one MOT to the last MOT, he said, well, in the last year from MOT to MOT, you've only done like 390 miles, 395 miles. Now I thought I'd done thousands on it, but obviously I hadn't. I hadn't even done 400 miles on it in the last year. And I think some of that's down to just basically wanting to use it, but just having in my mind all the time that the 6th gear wasn't there, or is there, but just in wanting to work. And the fact that I'm aware of that the 2nd gear can go the same way, and just being cautious with it. Now, the amount I've used it over the last sort of 12-14 months while I'm at the 6th gear, I'd like to think that if the gear were going to go on the 2nd, it'd have gone by now. Now, I'm probably jinxing it, but like I say, when I get the 6th done, I'm going to get the 2nd done as well, I think. Welder's got it all apart, just get it done, and then I know it's fine. You know, and it says he's done them before on these 1200s, because apparently it is like a common thing with them, to the point where they've done like I think they call it a silent admission of fault, whereas the original gears, what they put in, only had like three or four things that stick up. I think they had 3 on them, you know, where the gears linked together on the dog, I think they call them dog teeth or dog bones or whatever they call it. Anyway, I think they only had 3 on originally, but they've now put a new updated thing on it where it's got 5 on it, so you don't have all that strain on just those 3 joints. You've got 5 joints on now, so they call it a silent admission. It's better than going, well, actually, yeah, we're cocked up designing this, it's not strong enough, because once they admit fault, it falls on their shoulders then, doesn't it? So silent admission, yeah, we've cocked up, but we'll redesign it and make it so it's stronger so it won't happen again. So yeah, 24 degrees, I can feel it on my back, man. God, it's so warm. Bloody Nora. Lovely blue, that car. We're at brand new Suzuki Swifts. Beautiful colour. Very vibrant. Kia Stonic, what I've got. Love that car. It's a little 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo, and it's been mapped as well. Not because I'm a boy racer, just for. It just gives it, it's something like 110 brake horsepower, it's now 140. Or is it 150? Anyway, whatever it is, it's 140, 150 more. And it's so torquey now. But it's weird to think the bike, being the 1200, has actually got more power and brake horsepower than what the car's got. But I love that car, it's so quiet and smooth. Sometimes it's almost like driving an electric, because it's only a little 3-cylinder petrol. You know, a little 1 litre turbo, it just glides. Love it. Love it. I just thought, actually, if we're supposed to be going and picking Roy up at 5, we were supposed to be going and getting Charlie with her car from Featherstone, which is half an hour away from our house. And I'm not going to get home till 4:23. How are we going to get to Featherstone and back, and then over to Roy's for 5 o'clock? That's not happening, is it? Well, wife sorted it out, so when it goes wrong, it'll be my fault. You know. Cricket. God, it's hot. I tell you what, it's not funny really, it went afterwards, but getting on the bike at Route 59 just there, when I arrived, I put the helmet, I had to move the helmet out of the way so I could move the bike because I was blocking the car in. So I put the helmet down on the wall, forgot I'd put it there, gets back to the bike and I'm thinking, where's my helmet? My helmet's gone, where's my helmet? And our kid says, oh, you put it in your back box. So I opened the back box, not there, thinking, shit, where's my helmet? But it was funny because it only said, oh, well, if someone nicked my helmet here, you know, no one would never nick your helmet. If they did, they nick your helmet, well, I'd just ride home without my helmet on. Take it steady. I said, yeah, but, you know, you're getting to bother if you do that. He said, well, if it's all good for Balaclava tribe to do it, You know, he says it'd be alright for me, and I'd explain to him, and I'd have my helmet nicked and stuff. So I got into a bit of a, oh shit, where's my helmet? Someone's nicked my helmet. And then I had a senior moment where I thought, hold on a minute, I've moved the bike, and then I retraced my steps in my head, and I thought, hold on a minute, I've put it's on the wall. I'm like, oh, the relief as well. I thought, Christ, I was properly like, oh shit, where's my helmet gone? You know, I genuinely thought for a minute the helmet had just gone, you know. Oh, there were roadworks here last time I came. Do you remember when they did all the roadworks for the junction for the new layout there? Well, they're nice houses, aren't they? But they're nice prices and all. 4 and 5 bedroom prestige house. God, my leg's burning. Oh, back of my right leg, so it's not the engine. Idiots. It's all fun till it goes wrong. All good fun till it goes wrong. And it does. And it'll hurt. Anyway. Plane just took off at Leeds and Bradford there. That windshield up, got a bit of turbulence down. Hey God, it's 25 degrees now, it's getting warmer. $25.5. 25.5. Oh God. Is it me or is that the first yawn of the day? Oh, when I went to that bike show, I went in, I had a can of Coke, and I had a pulled pork sandwich, pulled pork bap with a, what's that stuff? Apple sauce. Oh God, bloody gorgeous. Oh, it was gorge. Absolutely gorgeous. Pulled pork. Our kid had chips, mushy peas and a steak pie, and he says to me, oh God, I've got loads of chips there, our kid, do you want some of my chips? I says, oh, it's alright, I'll have my sarnie. He says, oh well, when I've got some left, because I will have, I'll let you have some chips. I went, alright, cheers, yeah. Did he leave any chips? No, he downed the lot. So I said to him afterwards, where's my chips? He went, oh well, I'm hungrier than I thought. I went, alright, good job I wasn't relying on having some chips then, innit? Fat knacker. So, it's all, I'll owe you some next time. But the only downside to that place, well, it wasn't a downside, it's just what it is, isn't it? But he said it's been coming a few years now, and it's normally £1 a year, and this time it were a fiver each to get in and park bikes. But I'm not mourning because he paid it. He says, "Oh, pay for one behind as well." So I had a joke. I said, "Well, I won't mind. I don't even know him in front, but he says he's going to pay for me." So, but yeah, some fantastic bikes there. I'd go again next year. I think they do it once a year, you know. Right. We're here. My lordy. God, it's so warm. I can't remember the last time we went out on a bike and it was so warm. Well, I can. It was when we did the Loch Lomond, me and Mrs. round the biker to Scotland, and we went on the hottest day there's been in England ever recorded or something. We were on bike. We were on Kawasaki Versys 1000 going up to Scotland, Loch Lomond. Oh my God, it was hot then. But I wouldn't be surprised if today ain't far off. I don't think today's far off that same sort of temperature. It can't be. It was so warm. We got talking to, I think he was Scottish. Our kid says, "Oh no, it's an Irish bloke," and I said, "No, he was Scotland." But our kid's not very good with accents. Every time he does an impression of anybody, it always comes out Indian or Pakistani accent. It's always the same. No matter what, you could get him to do an Australian accent and it still come out the same. But anyway, we got talking to a right nice guy from Scotland, and it was on a Honda. Was it KLX or VLX 125? And it was a V twin. It was a 125 V twin, and I've never seen it like it. And I actually noticed on the VIN plate badge on the framework under the engine, it said on it Montesa Honda SA. And I said, "Look at that, I've never seen that before. Montesa." I know Montesa, they do crosses and trials bikes. I've only ever seen them as crosses and trials bikes. I've only ever seen them as crosses and trials bikes. I've never seen them on a badge saying Honda on it like that. Never. Montesa Honda SA, and apparently because Montesa are Spanish, Montesa are made in Spain apparently, and apparently this Honda, what they had were a Spanish model of Honda, hence the Montesa Honda. It was like a collaboration, look at me with big words, a collaboration between Honda and Montesa, and it's called the Montesa Honda SA for Spain. And they were saying to us that it'd been all over on it on this V twin 125. He had L plates on it, and he said been all over, done Ireland, done Northern Ireland, Coastal Road of Ireland. It had been everywhere. It was a right bit of kit. It looked like it was a 4 or 500 cc, and it was just a V twin 125. It looked a right monster. I should have got a photo of it actually, or a bit of video footage of it. See if anyone out there had recognised it or seen one before. I think it was a VLX 125 Honda. Yellow. But it had the old needle. It was a 2003. It was an 03. And it had the old needle dials, you know, for speedo and rev counter. Kids, what's going on down here with lights? What was that here for? I could have filtered down, couldn't I? Oh, it looks like we're moving now. God, it's warm when you stop without the heat off that 1200. Bloody hell. Lordy, lordy. Right then people, sorry about that, battery died. Welcome back. Oh. I had to pull in and change batteries. It's the first time that's happened, I think. Oh, God, it's turned into M1 now, it cares. Where are they all coming from? Same bit of there. Oh, that might be on it after these couple here. Yeah, there we are, look. Oh, dear me. God, it's amazing how you get so hot and that minute or two of parking up just to change bloody batteries. Lordy, lordy. It's warm, I'll tell thee that. Oh, dear me, that thing is... that bloody... that caramel slice is killing me now. The only bit that's cool weirdly is my toes and my head. So I've got all vents open, I've got visor open, as you can probably hear wind noise. I've got vents open on my helmet as well. But lordy me, I took out the I got some Temu visor things, an anti-rain one and an anti-fog one for the inside and outside. So I took the anti-rain one off because it would all bubbling on the outside, and then the one on the inside, that would like when it was warm, it was like sort of like, it turned into like, it looked like, the only way I can describe it, it looked like frosted glass, you know, like in you have a bathroom or a shower or something. And then when it cooled down, it went back to normal. It's almost like the glue that was holding it on was bubbling. It was weird, so that had to come off. So I'm back to having proper vision now, but I'm going to have to get a new pin lock for it. I'll give the visor a damn good wipe over inside and out, take it off and get it clean, spotless, and then get a pin lock on it to stop it misting up. Because I had a bit of trouble with the pin lock before. It had like a buckle in it, and every time I put the visor up and down, it was catching and scraping and scratching the hell out of it on top of the helmet, you know, buggered eyes. I don't think it was sealing properly. It was sealing on the pin lock itself onto the visor with a silicone bead that goes around it to seal it, so it don't fog up. But what it was doing is, it's like it had been put on wrong, and it had like a buckle in the middle, a bend in the middle, and that was scratching and catching on at top of the helmet on peak. So, and I only really noticed that when I took the pin lock off when I was binning it. It was almost like it got too hot and warped, the pin lock plastic thing. Because all it is, they're about 30 quid, but all it is like a piece of plastic, you know, with the silicone bead round it to seal against the inside of your visor. That's all they are, you know. But it does a good job at stopping the misting. If you've got one or you use one before, you'll know what I'm on about. But yeah, I need to get a new pin lock for it, methinks. Oh lordy me, it's warm, 25 degree, bloody hell. We were like this in Spain, not Spain, Crete last year, or the year before. We're going back to Crete. I don't know if I mentioned, we're going back to Crete next year. Forget the dates, June, July time, whenever it is. But we're going to the other end of Ireland. Where we went last time, it was sort of quietish and out of the way. It was nice, it was quiet and out of the way. But the missus wants a bit more nightlife and restaurants and to try different things, which, you know, it's all good. That's what you go for, to experience these different things, isn't it? You know. Well, there's little robots out. I went round the park's busy. We'll be passing that on my way home because I live just over at Road Raider from Roundy Park. But that's packed in Roundy Park today. And then now, when it used to be free, there's two sort of main car parks at Roundy Park. There used to be a free park, you just pull up and park, but now they're charging. I think it's about 50p an hour or something. No, it might even be something like 20p an hour, I don't know. It's not much, it's pennies anyway. And even then I bet it's packed. There's Most people go for an hour, walk dog, and then go home, don't they? You know. Yeah, people go park up for an hour or two and then walk dog and then go home. Not like people go and spend all day there, but it's going to cost like 5-10 quid for parking. But nowadays, I suppose for parking, you go and pay 5-10 quid for a whole day of parking. It's cheap. I think the cheapest place I've mentioned before where I've parked is when I went to Aworth, where they used to film Last of the Summer Wine. That's something like 40p for 90 minutes. Go, 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 go. That's like 40p for 90 minutes. I couldn't believe it. It was so cheap. To that right hand lane, it normally gets off quicker than what does on left. Oh, and it's just changed, that's good. See, it's times like this where if I had that 6th gear, it'd be fantastic. This is the Leeds Outer Ring Road A6120, and it says Ring Road, Meanwood. At the end of this road, there's some lights around this bend, and then we're going to go straight through the lights to the roundabout where we're turning right. That's King Lane. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, God. Yeah, go along King Lane, then onto Street Lane. Right, this is King Lane we're going on to. Don't need the sat nav now, really. I haven't needed it for a few miles, if I'm honest, but right. That guy didn't know where they were going then. And I noticed his indicator as he were literally pulling into the drive when he put his arm out the window. And on those Audis, I'm sure it was an Audi, those indicators, how they've passed the legal requirements for being visible, for how bright and how small they are, is totally beyond me. Obviously, where they make Audis, they don't expect drivers and owners to use indicators very often. That's all I can say. Still. Once I get this gearbox done, I'm hoping, and I will, weather permitting, I fully intend using the bike a lot more. It's going to be a lot more usable. So I'm hoping to get out more on it and let you come let you come along for the ride. Get some more little trips done. Now, to be quite honest, I don't have the time or the finances to be going and doing big adventures like your Richie Vidas and your teapot ones and your missing them flyers and stuff. I'm just a man on a bike who just likes to share his rides out. I'm not doing it for the fame or the fortune. Definitely not for the fortune. But I just like getting out there when I can, when time and money allows, and just taking you along for a ride, you know. And if it's just a little jaunt out wherever, well, so be it. I did think when we go to Wales next month, obviously I'm hoping the bike's done by then, I thought we were going to be going down on the bike once it had been fixed, but it turns out we're going to be going in 3 cars because there's going to be so many of us and so much luggage. It's not going to be sort of that doable on bike, really. You know, but you know, things might change. Things definitely might change. Well, I'm not saying definitely, but they possibly could change. You never know what's around the corner. There never knows, lad, there never knows. And lasses, lads and lasses. You'll meet next 5 or 10 minutes. This is straight lane. And just round this corner to the right, or should I say around this bend. $25.5 again, good God. When Donna called earlier, she said it's 27 or something, 28 at home. That's Tropical World. And Roundy Park to the left. If you go onto YouTube and type in Roundy Park Leeds, there's quite an amazing history to Roundy Park. There's a guy in the 1800s who actually bought it for, you know, the whole of Roundy Park. He bought it for about £2,000. He bought it for about £2,000, which, for what it is, it's nothing. You know, and he bought the whole Roundy Park and donated it to Leeds. What's going on here? And he had a load of workers make the lake, and they built there used to be a swimming pool as well at the far end of the lake in the dip, and it was a free outdoor pool, and it had changing rooms and everything. There's pictures and stuff online of it on the video, just still photos, not videos. It won't, I don't think they could get videos back then, but by the way, there's images, and it's quite an interesting backstory to Roundy Park. And that there is what they call Soldiers Field, which is where during the back end, I think I've said before, back end when they were doing the calling up of the soldiers and the men from around Leeds and surrounding areas, that's where all the battalions were meeting up to go and fight and dropped off and stuff. And I'm sure the house we live in, just down the road from Roundy Park, they were built to house all the soldiers in when they came back from fighting. They were all knocked up in no time to give the soldiers somewhere to live when they came back. You know. So yeah, have a look online for YouTube for Roundy Park, Leeds. It's got a good story behind it. It's quite heartwarming. Be home in 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. Oh, dearie me. Good God, how's he got a coat on like that in this weather? Lordy, lordy. Oh, McDonald's. Oh, I could just have one of them milkshakes. Be home in 2 minutes. So I'm going to sign off for now. Wait. I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks very much for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then all the other ding dong bell things. And any questions or comments, put them down below. I'll be happy to read them. Hopefully, excuse me, hopefully I'll see you on the next one. And thanks for coming along for the ride. So I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Click all the buttons. Any comments, I'll be happy to read them, and I'll say bye for now.